You know, CJ and Royalty be going back at it and back at it and back and forth. Now, at some point in time, CJ mentioned Royalty baby dad, Jamie, doing this back and forth. So Jamie say, clout time. And he tried to get him a little clout by jumping online, pretty much calling CJ out of his name and stuff.
I just don't get it. How can this feminine always got my name in his mouth, got something to say about something? I see you still there learning them little kids popped in your legs 4 times, huh? Oh! But you supposed to be an influencer, huh? You got repped on by some kids. You know, sit your fat ass down somewhere. Go put on your makeup and worry about putting on your makeup. You want to be a woman so bad, huh? You want to be Shirley, huh?
And the internet like, hey man, you gotta worry about your kids. You still ain't wanting to go see your kids? It's been how many years since CJ and Roy's been over? It's been how many years since you seen your kids? And you got 18-year-old? You need to be trying to clock that T. Tell me what y'all think in the comments.
I think the people that are making all these videos and like kicking me down when I'm already down, you're evil. You're pure evil. You have nothing better to do, and it's so sad and sick that you would go this far to make somebody that's in a hospital that was in a life or death situation, make them try to look worse, make them feel bad about asking for help. You guys think because I'm an influencer, because I have some followers, because I create content, that I'm the richest person.
Y'all already know the hate that Laina and King has been getting lately is unmatched. Y'all know she was in the hospital. She tried to drop her receipts to say she didn't get a BBL. People still not listening. She raised the 9K. They tried to snatch it back. Neek jumped on like, you know what? I gotta go get Kaiser. And everybody like, okay, now she gotta go get Kaiser. The hate continue. But King said enough is enough. If you support him, you support him. If you don't, leave it alone. Anything you support him, he say, you know what? I'm gonna pay all y'all back. Some kind of way. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments down below.
Alright, you guys, so I wanted to come on here and show my face and just say, man, thank you to everybody out there, which is our support system, our support team that help us through this dramatic situation that we were so unexpected of and not knowing that was going to happen. I definitely want to say thank you to Laina's side of the family, my side of the family, Laina's close friends, my close friends, and once again, bro, our support team from our supporters that genuinely rock with us and understand us through a screen and know that we are not the people that people are painting us to be and thinking that we are or any of those things. I genuinely want to say too, after all this blows over and the recovery is good, I definitely want to come up with an idea, me and her, to be able to give back to everyone free of charge on what they helped us with, because the night of the situation happening and being told that this was very severe and very much had like only 48 hours to get something done, and it was a scary feeling. It was a shocking feeling. It was a very much feeling that I wasn't prepared for, especially being told the cost of everything, and if not doing this, what would have happened. And as a man, bro, that hit me harder than anything in this world right now have done, because it was just so unexpected. Of course, we was not prepared for it because of, due to us just making the kids, man, give them lifelong memories, making sure my son got the best summer that he can ever say, wish for. We in 2 different countries, showing them islands, and I don't know, man, just really just giving the world to the kids. And by us not being in Thailand where we actually live at, it made it so much difficult and so much different, because we are in Malaysia right now and we don't know much about Malaysia. Malaysia is different from Thailand. Malaysia do things different than Thailand. And I don't want to come here and share the light to the negative, but there's people out there making videos, bro, that's actually stopping the blessing that people are actually, well, our supporters that's doing for us, off of thinking that this is a scam, or thinking people are trying to get their body done, or thinking this, that, and the third, and that's not the case. There's a parent side of view of it, and just how stressed I am about it, and how I cannot wrap my mind around people being negative and evil and saying this and saying that that's not the case. It's just, I don't know how y'all should feel about yourself, especially when someone is in a hospital bed. How can you make fun of people? How can you bash someone still? I feel if you're not supporting of us, keep it going, keep it strolling. But to poison other folks' minds and say this and that, and that's not the case, that's not what it is. You know, and I'm puzzled on that. I really am. But at the end of the day, I still think our supporters, the people that actually rock with us and know how our hearts are through a screen, us touching people, motivating and inspiring people. But like I said, man, we in Malaysia right now. And we live in Thailand. If it was in Thailand, it would have been a different situation.
Y'all remember this girl right here. I think her name Jasmine. She was dating Chris and they had that huge age gap. That was their pop-out moment. Like, hey, we dating.
Okay, y'all. So, since apparently everybody got a problem with me talking to somebody or being with somebody older than me, right? Because I'm 20 years old. I'm not 19, actually. I'm 20. Everybody keeps saying Chris 35. Chris ain't 35. He 28, okay?
Stop telling people my age.
Like, everybody on here have a problem like, oh, like, Chris, you're too old for her. She young-minded and so on. Her frontal lobe ain't developed. Them kind of comments or whatever I've been getting this whole entire time. And I'm just sitting up here like, how do you know how mature I am?
So basically, this girl say the same thing he did to Queen, he did to her. Same thing we heard that he did to another girl, he did to her. So basically, Chris got a pattern. Y'all listen to what she said and tell me what y'all think about it in the comments down below.
Basically, I was involved with a influencer or funny comedian, whatever you want to call him, Christopher Sales, okay? Him. So, I got involved with him like June 20, I moved down here June 15th of 2024. And, you know, that's where we met for the first time. I had been talking to him on the internet for like a couple months or whatever the case may be. And then I ended up telling him I was moving to Houston. And he offered to let me come stay with him. And I was like, okay, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? So I got my stuff together. So within this time of meeting him, you know, I did develop feelings for him. I did start to like him. And, you know, I was just like, you know, I mean, I was young, very much infatuated, you know, but let's get to the actual interesting part of the story, because y'all need to know this. So first off, this man got me to make a OF account. I'm not going to say it too loud because I don't want to get banned. And in the process of making that, my email was not working. And he was like, oh, we can use mine. And I was like, okay, that's perfectly fine with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was like, oh, we'll just change it later. So I was like, all right, cool. So we make it. I put in my banking information at the time. I did not have a bank. I was using like Chime and Cash App and things like that. So I put my Chime account on there. So right, we open up the account, we get everything going, and I go in there and I open up the account one day. Mind you, when I didn't have like two-factor authentication or anything like that, once I had created that account with his email, I could not go back in there and change anything. And I found out like a day or two later, or actually the same day, I think. It might have been the same day, I think. I had found out that he had changed the banking information to...
Basically, Chris was her PIMP, sent her on OnlyFans, took the money from her, pretty much kind of gave her allowance, if that.
Is. So, me personally, I did what any smart person would have done. I made another account, and I didn't tell him about it. So I had two OnlyFans accounts. And I was promoting it on my other ex account that he didn't know about. So within the course of that time, within July alone, which is when I made the account, by July 24th, which is the end of the month, I made that account on July 1st. I had made over $5,000, which I did not receive. Which brings me to the next point. I did not gain access to that account until I left him November 28th. I moved out, packed all my stuff, and I left. because he was very disrespectful to me, yelled at me on the game in front of all his little friends, and thought I wasn't gonna leave. Like, I had enough. And on top of withholding money from me, now if you want to know the exact amount, from July 1st, 2024 to November 28th, November 28th, 2024, he had taken $21,086 from me. Okay? I'd never seen that money, never did. I had a separate account, like I told you, that I was making money off of, but I never saw the money from that original account that was meant to be mine, right? And I admit I was, that was kind of dumb of me to, like, not do nothing about it. But in his claims, he claims, mind you, because we did move out of the homeboy's house or whatever, and moved into our house, and it was just me and him. He claimed he was paying the bills. Mind you, I only stayed there for 2.5 months, right about 2.5 months. In 2.5 months, you're not going to spend $21,000 on anything. Not no rent, no light bill, no electricity. Then on top of that, I ended up getting furniture for my room. We had separate bedrooms, but I actually really slept in his room. But I had my own separate bedroom, we'll get into that later though. But within that time, he can't even say that when I did end up moving out and leaving, I asked him for my furniture back, and that'll be in another video. But I asked him for my furniture back, and he's like, no, you can't have it back. I bought it. So only thing I had with me when I moved out was the clothes that I brought with me to Texas, shoes, and any other personal belongings. But I had none of my furniture because he refused to give me my furniture because he bought it. Anyways, so next thing is I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so I moved out, left, whatever. But while I lived with him, this man brought multiple, and I mean multiple, females over. And you know what they was doing. Use your common sense. If you don't have none, please use it. But yeah, within that time, I will say he was emotionally abusive, seeing as he got mad when I would go to another man's house, but never ever had enough respect to not bring women to the house. So apparently I paid bills there, right? Because he was taking all my money and saying he was using it for bills. Bringing women to the house that I paid for with me and him, but I was not allowed to bring men over. But he was allowed to bring any woman he wanted, but he was also allowed to get mad at me for going to another man's house. Absurd, right? I honestly cannot believe I sat there and dealt with that. Okay, we grown now though. So on top of that, it was one time I didn't answer his phone calls. I actually asked him, I said, hey, do you want to come to a movie with me? He refused. He didn't want to come. Okay. End up going to the movie, end up getting out the movie. He was calling me, I wasn't answering. Assumed I was with a man. I came home, that man was outside waiting for me in the driveway. I went up to the house, went up to my room, got in my room. He was visibly mad. And he just talking, just mad, because he thought I was with a man, and I wasn't. And he ended up snatching my phone from me, because I ended up getting on my phone, because I don't want to freaking hear that. You bring a bitch here. Oh, I can't say that, but you bring females here over and over again and get mad when you think I'm with a man and I wasn't, and I offered to let you come to the movies with me. Oh, isn't that absurd and crazy? Like, what? But he snatched my phone out of my hand. Then I tried to leave the room. He told me I couldn't leave the room. And also, I can't tell y'all the amount of times this man threatened to kick me out of the house if I went to another man's house. That was a rule at one point. If I went to another man's house and spent the night, I could go live with him. That's what he told me. But I pay rent in that house, apparently. Right? Because he's taking all my money. Right? He didn't want y'all to know that, though. So yeah, the phone snatching. He was very possessive. Y'all didn't know that either. Y'all just was on the internet thinking whatever. He was a very possessive man. I couldn't do anything. I really couldn't have friends without him assuming that I was doing something. And I'm not gonna lie, I had been with other men during the period of time I was with him only because he was with other women. And my mama didn't raise no fool. I'm not stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? What? You know what I'm saying? But it's okay, cool. So, yeah, all of this came about though, because I personally have had enough, I have other stuff like, him lying to me. He would get mad that I would lie about certain things to him, but would turn around and lie in my face. He's lied to me multiple times, including wearing protection with other women while me and him was like that, you know what I'm saying? Lied to me talking about, oh, we do. No, he didn't. So ladies, if y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all messing with that man like that, go get checked. I ain't gonna lie, go do it. Please do it. But yeah, and then on top of that, what else? He messed with both of my friends that came with me to Texas. They ended up moving to back to Florida. Messed with both of my friends. Both of them. Yep. But yeah, that's the story. That's like everything y'all didn't know. And I'm gonna make a separate video, a part 2, where I'll show y'all all the rest of the messages that back up all my claims. But yeah, I was tired. Like, also another thing, I told him to take all those videos of me and him down off of OF or whatever. He didn't. So this is where all this is coming from. You're not gonna, you know, you can't do something simple for me. So I'm just gonna put it all out there for everybody else to know. And apparently, he's fucking a man. Yeah. It's cause you know, I told him to take my videos down. He gonna go post another video with a male creators tag or whatever. So yeah, I guess
She gonna tell the story. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. But Chris came out, he really didn't deny it. He said, you know what? I wasn't messing with her like that. She was a homeless stock, and I was just trying to get my money. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments down below. But you know what to do. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Alright, so this is part 2 of the video I just made, and this is me coming with receipts, you know what I'm saying? So y'all, this right here is the original message. Here's a message where he actually tells me no. Like I told you, I had no access to none of that money. So here you go, you know, you can read. Like, I was like, since we, you know, let me change the info on my, you know something? He's talking about no. And I don't have no, after I said why, he actually came in the room to talk to me and apologize because I'm pretty sure he didn't want to lose my account that he was making money off of, okay? Here's one of the occasions where he tried to throw me out the house, you know, basically using the fact that I, you know, really couldn't go nowhere against me. Talking about some, telling me to go back to Florida, talking about some, we gonna find you an apartment, you know, all that. You know, that's one account. This is him again telling me, oh, you need to go back to Florida and stuff like that, like you might have to go back, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, mind you, I was exploring, you know, getting into content creation with other creators, and I had hit up this specific creator that I said no, I didn't want to collaborate with. But then I was like, you know what, why not? He got mad about it. Mind you, I told you this man was possessive. Come on, you can go back to Florida, you lie about everything. Like he didn't lie to me several different times. This is him when I went to the movies. Like I said in the last post, I had went to the movies and he thought I was with a man and I wasn't. I went by myself. And talking about something, you keep ignoring me. This is when I came home and I found him in the driveway waiting for me. I'm guessing maybe he thought I was going to be with a man and I wasn't. I was just in my Uber. This is me explaining to him that he needed to, you know, give me my information for my account. And on many accounts, I was scared to ask him because I was scared he would delete my account and I would have no way to make money and I would be stuck in Texas, seeing as I really did not have any family here. So he ended up giving my account back or whatever the case may be. But this is me where I asked him for my things and he told me no, because he bought it, right? He bought it with his money, but I still ain't seen mine. But yeah, guys, that's all the information y'all need to know. You know what I'm saying? In case he tries to come up on here and say I'm lying, which I never did, never lied to this man. Always been pretty truthful. I just wanted him to take into account my feelings, which he never did. And I, you know, like I said, I was young. I probably should have known that that man did not give a about my, you know, about how I felt, you know, honestly. And I'm really personally glad that I got myself out of the relationship. And also, before y'all ask, this is not his baby. It's not, okay? But yeah, I'm glad I got myself out of that situation. Like, I keep having people ask me, how do I feel about his new girlfriend? I could give two less fucks. I don't care about that girl. Honestly, how I feel is that I personally escaped. Like, that's how I really felt. I dealt with a lot of emotional abuse. I have never in my life cried so much over a man, like ever. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with that, you know, plenty of him saying like, oh, I'm not gonna, you know, fuck you no more and stuff like that. Like, you know, him saying that to me, telling me that, calling me a hoe while he's out here, you know, fucking on all these women, all of these women, bringing them to the house. Baby, if you thought you was the only one, you weren't. You're not. You never were. And never did I think that either, because he brought it, you know, it was in my face, you know. And like I said, I had also been with other people, but I tried to give him, you know, he would get mad at me and then he would stop bringing people over and then he would start doing it again. You know what I'm saying? Very hypocritical, you know. But, you know, that's it. That's, you know, everything that y'all really needed to know. You know, hopefully, you know, some of y'all might hate me. Some of y'all might call me a clout chaser. Who cares? I was known before him. You know, I just got a little bit more popular because of him. But, yeah, I really hope y'all heed my message and listen to my side of the story. I don't know if he's gonna make a video or what. But honestly, I'm just tired. I'm really tired and fed up. And honestly, it's not fair on my part that no one ever heard my story and he's out here making me look bad. So yeah, guys, that's it. Have a nice day.
I ain't gonna lie, I would have offed myself if I would have got her pregnant. Bro, I would have just Lord, take the wheel. I'm gonna explain this story to y'all. This girl named Jasmine, right? Lord. So shorty on her TikTok made a TikTok and said, boom, Chris stole $20,000 from me. So all right, look, we started doing OF. Boom. I told her, listen, I'm trying to become the new pimp. You feel me? I'm trying to learn my pimp ways. So I'm like, listen, all the money coming to me. She like, okay, baby, okay. I'm trying to learn how to be a pimp. I ain't gonna lie. I see everybody else doing it. I'm trying to learn. So you feel me? So I told her, like, nigga, the money coming to me. She like, okay. So the money coming to me, woo, woo. So don't hate the player, hate the game. You dig on bro. So I told her, like, look, all the money coming to me. Woo, woo. I ain't really care who she dealt with. Boom, just don't bring nobody to the crib. So the story, the fact of the matter is, bro, you allowed me to do these things. It's not like I did it behind your back. It's not like, oh, I'm just stealing. Like, I told you where the money was going. I said it was coming to me. And you said, okay, cool. As long as you got somewhere to stay. So, you feel me? Like, and then she's a hoe. Like, she fucked about like 5 niggas in one night. She's pregnant right now. And everybody keep thinking it's my baby. Nigga, no, that's not my child. That is not my child.